Hey, what's going on YouTube? Marine X back at it again. Listen, I know according to the caption, it seems like I may have made a decision when it comes to EDC, and it's kind of true. So today I bring you the AMP 10 by 511. Now this is kind of, sorta been my pseudo EDC bag. You know, the Vertex Ready Pack 2.0 has been like my indoor bag for sure, but this bag has kind of become my pseudo outdoor sports bag, I guess. For the last few weeks, I've kind of preferred to bring this with me when I've done like outdoor stuff. It's for a number of reasons. I'm gonna tell you guys why. First, let's get ready to do some one wheeling. Actually, before I take off, I guess I should probably tell you one of my favorite things about this bag compared to its big brother, the AMP 12 or a Rush 12 2.0. This can be worn like a sling bag or a regular backpack. So now I can sling this thing up, basically have it however I wanted to have it, and I'm ready to roll out. Has it securely, the chest cinch basically becomes like a hook to the quick release strap for the secondary shoulder strap. And you basically take the other shoulder strap off, you hook the chest cinch to that quick release strap, tighten it down, it kind of keeps it in the spot where you want it, which is one of my favorite things about it. Now I can wear it like a backpack, I can wear it like a sling bag. Let me tell you some other stuff about it. I gotta apologize for the excessive amount of wind and noise. There's a lot of construction going on over here. I'm out at one of my favorite trails. I'm hoping the rain holds off. It's really windy today. But this bag is pretty freaking flexible when it comes to being able to make stuff happen. So I really like it. I mean, it's really comfortable. So one thing I like to do is I usually will, this bag does not have a water pouch. So my normal go-to for actually carrying my water is usually right here on this sling strap itself. I just put a hero clip on the actual strap itself, and then I just usually put my freaking tumbler on there, and then I can rest my hand on it whenever I'm on the good old one wheel. It serves as a rest. It also forces me to kind of keep my hand up a little bit just in case I freaking were to bust it. Another thing I'll say about this bag is this is made of 511's 1050D nylon, which they seem to just use to make freaking everything. But at the end of the day, it's really rugged, durable bag. Let's talk a few things about this bag that I like. So first thing about this bag, like I mentioned, it is that 1050D nylon. It is a Gear Set compatible bag. You guys may wonder, what the heck is Gear Set? We'll talk more about that. Right now I have the original kind of this hexagon, or what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, what is that? I think that hexagon. Gear Set set up on the front of this thing. And you know, I got a pair of scissors in here just in case. Got a nice trauma kit, stuff like that. But I can change this out whenever I see fit. One of my favorite things about this thing is a super popular trail with people kind of in the DFW area. I think this thing goes, well, like 8 miles or something like that. I think I'm gonna finish shredding this thing up, and I'll talk to you guys when I get back to my truck. Just tell you guys a few more things about this good old still getting used to grass. Now about this bag, you know, it's really easy when it's time to just kind of get rid of the dang pack, unsnap itself. All right, so I literally just got done doing a 45-minute one-wheel ride wearing this pack the entire time. Went about 6.5 miles. And the crazy thing about this thing is I'm not freaking drenched in sweat. Of course, it is a little bit overcast and all that good stuff, but it's just not that big of a deal. So, you know, one thing I will say is the bag itself, the very front of it is where the concealed carry is located. So the reason I prefer to sling carry this thing is because there's just no real practical way to get to the concealed carry without looking like a plumb idiot. Now let's just talk a little bit more about the bag, and then we're gonna take it into the studio to finish this thing up. Of course, you can add the other sling, or I'm gonna add the other shoulder strap back on here, and it goes on really easily. Let me show you that real quick. So right here, you just take this little strap thingy, you kind of slip it in there, and it clips back on. Once you have it clipped back on, you simply reattach the quick drop. So backpack mode is not bad. Once you get it back into good old backpack mode, you put it on, you cinch it down. Now, I didn't put the other chest cinch on here, but you can just put this chest cinch back on and reattach it. It actually works out pretty good. I like the way this thing feels. It feels pretty good on the back. So if I wanted to wear it like this the entire time on that one wheel, it would have been doable. It's not bad at all. But when I say for sweat purposes, this thing is a go. I'm about to lose the rest of the sun. I'll catch you guys back inside the studio. Here it is. It's in your face. It is the AMP 10 by 511. Once again, they're 1050 nylon. They just keep rolling that pony out, man. But I mean, you know, us good old prosumers keep on buying it up because obviously we like it. Let's just dig more and talk about the bag. So I like to call this the origami of EDC bags. And I like calling this the origami of EDC bags mainly because you can do basically whatever you want to do with it. So let's just jump into it. So first off, the front of the bag itself, you hear that? Is that satisfying for you? Nice rip of Velcro. Has a small patch here, which is permanent to the bag. And I'm going to show you what I mean by permanent to the bag, which you can put, you know, morale patches, labels, whatever you want to put there. I just so happen today to have this little 511 admin pouch that you sell. And I keep the Benchmade Adamas in there and a Olight i5T, which just so happens to be a nice little combination there with a good Ride in the Rain pen. Because I was riding the one wheel today, it's important that I had med kits, a good med kit with me. You guys know I'm a big fan of the 1110 EFAC that they sell. This is a major trauma kit. And then I also have a boo-boo kit, which I'll show you as well. Little morale patch. And I was wearing pants today, just in case something crazy went down. Brought some scissors with me. Now, what I mean by semi-permanent is, you know, whatever you want to replace the front with, you can replace it pretty easily with this bag. One of the biggest benefits of the AMP line, they stand for all mission packs. So whatever you decide you want to do with these bags, you can kind of mission them out, which I've done. So, you know, all you got to do here is you detach the bottom of, whatever gear set, and these things are called gear sets. So you unhook it at the top. Once you unhook it, you can just simply peel this off. Once you peel this off, then you can replace this gear set with whatever you see fit. So this is the gear set that comes with the bag. This is their kind of hexagon Molle system that they've patented, which works well, allows you to, you know, mount stuff at different angles. And that's the one I normally keep on whenever I'm riding my one wheel. So at the top of this area, this is the CCW compartment, which we talked about earlier. It's slick. And then towards the bottom of it is a large hook and loop section there, which I have a Velcro holster, which holds my subcompact in there. So it does have compression straps at the top and the bottom of the bag, something that is well appreciated, especially when, you know, you're trying to cinch it down nice and strongly. So as I mentioned here, you know, you got the compression strap at the top, compression strap at the bottom. allows for you to cinch it down. This one huge benefit about this bag is that you can access your zippers multiple ways. Let's just stick on the side of the bag. So as we look here, you see it has these two dual sliding access like pockets here. You can access from the top. So you unzip it here and it unzips all the way down. And in the side there, you know, you can store whatever you want in here. Right now I have the other side of my chest cinch. Normally in this side, I will keep the strap if I'm in sling mode and maybe any extra supplies I need. At the very top here is a knockaround sunglass pouch, which is not very big. It is there, but not the biggest in the world. On the other side of the bag, exactly mirroring the side we were just on, is another pocket. Now, once again, you can access it from the top, so you can unzip it from up here, or you can access it from the bottom. I'll show you. So you can unzip it. So even if you're wearing it, you know, sling or whatever, that's one benefit I do like, is that you're not confined to just unzipping it one way. So in here, I usually keep my laptop. This is a 13-inch Chromebook that tends to fit in there just fine. And also keep a Moleskine notebook in here. You also have access to that same knockaround pocket that we just talked about. You can access it here as well. You can't access the other side of the bag here. So this is my hand touching. So you can't actually, you know, go from both sides. The only double access is the knockaround pouch. So let's zip this back down. And you're kind of noticing why, you know, I've chose this bag to be my EDC from when I'm doing like outdoor stuff. Hunting season's coming up. This is going to be the bag that I take with me into deer stands. You know, I'll load out my truck with the Yeti box that has all my hunting gear. And then when I actually walk into a deer stand, this is probably going to be the bag that I bring with me. But let's continue looking at the bag itself. So we're going over to the back of the bag. As I mentioned earlier, this padding is relatively comfortable. I will give them that. I think that they carry this padding design throughout all their mission packs, if I'm not mistaken. It doesn't have any like air mesh or anything like that. And you also can't access this padding, at least not from here. We'll see if we can access it from the inside, but it's really comfortable. As I mentioned earlier, the shoulder straps are relatively comfortable. This doesn't have that same padded neck design like you see in a lot of other 511 bags. So normally right here, you would get that super padded neck design, and you don't get that with this bag because it can be changed from a backpack to a sling. So for me, it's a huge benefit. The AMP 12 cannot do that, and I would like the size that you get. This is only a 20-liter bag, and because the way they position the pockets, it's like a weird 20-liter. But I love the fact that I can go from backpack to sling, and that's one of the biggest reasons why I decided to hold on to this bag. So you can unclip either one of these shoulder straps at the very top here, and then once you unclip them, so you would detach the actual quick drop mechanism, and you would attach it to the other side, and that puts you in sling mode. And then you take this chest cinch. From there, it's super comfortable. So I continuously give them praise on that because it is very comfortable. On the shoulder straps themselves, I do keep a little Zippo with me, you know, because I will show you how this bag is outfitted when I go out as well. And I keep a hero clip mainly because this bag does not have a water pouch. So I have a couple of solutions for that. One is when I'm riding a one wheel, this is usually clipped to this hero clip, and it's actually a nice place to rest my hand when I'm riding. So it's not that big of a deal for me. But if I'm using this occasionally, so I did use this for a few weeks before I purchased the Vertex Ready Pack. And so my solution for a water pouch was with this, you know, with this hexagon gear set, I kind of just strapped this water pouch in here, remove this, and I kept my water on the outside of the bag. And it worked well. I just kind of like having quick access to my water. That's why it's nice to have a water pouch on the side. Now, going into the main portion of the bag, once again, you can access the bag from the top or the bottom. So you can unzip it here. You can access the bag, or you can unzip it from the top. So technically the bag itself, it has 4 zippers, so you can access it from the top or the bottom. Once you unzip it, it does open up to a clamshell. And here is one of the most unique features of this bag. At the very top here, you get one mesh pocket. Up here, I keep, you know, a survival kit and my straw, and you've seen all this stuff in my all black EDC. I'll link that up if you haven't seen that below. But I keep stuff that I tend to want to grab and use. And then here, built into the bag, you can access this from either side. So you can unzip either side and access this. So built inside of here, more Molle's built in. Let me see if I can get you zoomed in a little bit. So if you look in there, more Molle is built in, and it's all sideways in there. So I don't really have it set up as great as it could be. I do have that Matador towel. I tend to get freaking sweaty when I'm out there. So I got the Matador towel in here that we talked about. I also have another Matador blanket that I keep in here, which when I am out on like one wheel stuff like that and I want to chill and it's dew or wet or something like that, I tend to keep that with me. And there's always a Leatherman Skeletal in here. And so all this fits nicely in here. There's some slip pockets in here, and there's some Molle, and you can deck that out how you want it. I would say because you can't see it, you tend to not like have it as neat as it could be. This is the same setup for all the mission bags. There's the amp bags. There's a few differences between the bags. So the entire back of the bag, hook and loop. This is their double gear set, so you can actually use this on the outside of the bag. And so this whole back of the bag is Molle, or is hook and loop. So they call it the AM10 because they say you can survive 10 hours with this bag, depending on how you deck it out. It's a 20-liter bag. This does have this little loop in here, and there was times I was keeping my water bottle in here and just kind of hanging it from there. But, you know, you can't really run a bladder in here. So they, you know, but it is an optional to be able to keep different items at the very top of the bag. So that's about it for the inside of the bag. There's not a lot to it. Let's talk about these gear sets and what makes them so unique. So this gear set is called the admin gear set, and all these gear sets can be put on the front of the bag. We'll just talk about each one quickly and how I use them. The admin gear set, not only do I use this gear set with this bag, I also use it with the Vertex Ready Pack. So it can go from bag to bag really easily. And because it does have full Velcro on the back, I can stick this right on the inside of the Vertex for no issues. So this is, you know, just a normal admin pouch. You know, I usually do have a ton of charging equipment in here. So there's just a bunch of charging stuff in here, and all this stuff I'll link up below if you're interested in picking any of this stuff up. But the main reason I keep this with me at all times, because there is times when I ride to coffee shops, I'm going somewhere far, and it's just important to me to have battery banks and plugs and chargers and whatever I can use to just keep me up and going. So I keep that with me. This is where I keep that Pebble mouse that you guys have seen before. I keep it slipped in the top of my gear set, so boom, I can pull it out and use it when I see fit. And I keep a bunch of wet wipes in here, the very top of it. And so that portable keyboard that you saw in my all black EDC, that's kept in this admin gear set as well. Kleenex and, you know, whatever else I want to keep in here. I always have a little knife in here. Of course, I usually do have that admin gear set knife, but I keep a little buck knife in here just in case I don't bring the 511 set that has it, but I normally have that attached to this bag somewhere. In here, keep a bunch of pens, just kind of stuff down in there, and pencils and a highlighter. And this is literally is an admin gear set. We talked about these are called the double gear set. So, you know, you can use these however you see fit. Both of these can be attached to the outside of the bag. I like the fact that they're gray. It's kind of nice having a different two-tone look to them. You can still hook them in if you see fit with this little hook here at the top. They still hook into the bag just like any other gear set. They hook into the compression strap. Cool thing about these is you can pull these, and if you need one for a specific reason, you could rip it away, run down a trail, take it, use it. Or if you just want to, normally though, I keep one of these at the very top of the inside of the bag. So this is my secret bourbon stash. I'll bring this in my Vertex bag. This has just another flask in it. You guys saw my other flask. This one is full of Woodford Reserve Double Oak, just in case I'm going somewhere and they have some whack liquor there. You never know. And I keep a cigar cutter in here and a butane lighter. And in this other one, this one is always, it normally lives at the top of my bag because this is the Ouchie Boo Boo med kit. So this has the Band-Aids, alcohol prep pads, sterile pads, gloves, you know, so the trauma kit lives on the outside of the bag. This kind of lives normally at the inside top of the bag, but sometimes I put it on the outside as well. But that's, so those two items are almost always living in this bag, the admin gear set and the, at least one of those double gear set. I also have the more traditional gear set. Now this is laser cut Molle, so this one's a little bit more slick than some of the traditional Molle you see. So it lives on the front of this. You know, I have a Gerber which lives on the front, and I can quickly take this out and use it as I see fit. And they have a area where you can put some morale patches. This is attached to the front of the bag as well, so I can suit this out however I see fit. And I usually will only use this when I'm getting tired of the hexagon one and I just want to switch it up a little bit. This one's a little bit more traditional, so I don't use that as often, but it gets used every now and again. Next is the Shove It gear set. So the Shove It gear set, once again, it lives on the front of the bag just like the other gear sets. The thing I like about this is I can take this, especially, I've only had this bag for a couple months, but my intention with this gear set is two things. One, to bring it with me, put it on the front of the bag, and now I can stuff a jacket in here. I can stuff a coat or two for myself or a kid or whatever, and you know, now we can shove that and have that at the front of the bag as the weather begins to change. But the very front of this has an area where you can stick admin gear. So it's like an admin gear set at the very front, you know, and then the main part itself is just a traditional Shove It pouch. So the only thing that's in here right now is another flask, which more rounded flask, which is full of a little bit of Evan Williams. I promise I'm not a drunk. I don't like going somewhere that has whack bourbon. Finally, this gear set is extremely important, especially if I'm going to be going on a very long ride on my one wheel. So my one wheel can go, you know, depends on the elevation. It can go 12 to 18 miles. Or if I'm going to someone's house, and more than likely they're going to ask me to do something, tighten a toilet seat, change a smoke alarm, you know, whatever, tighten a stool. And so I normally will stuff this in either my Vertex bag or I will stuff this in the Amp bag. This is just like their general purpose gear set. So it's pretty hefty. It reminds me of a Maxpedition Fat Boy or Chubby. And I keep this thing just stuffed with all sorts of tools. So you can see here, bring you in a little bit. So the top here has like an 11-in-1 screwdriver, has lots and lots of bits in here. So I also have a big ass channel lock. This is made by Channel Lock, and it actually is called, or I might even be called a wide ass channel lock, whatever the case may be. So basically it's a smaller, you know, adjustable wrench, but it goes extremely wide as if it has the longer handle, which it doesn't. So I keep this in this bag and just have the flexibility to use it when I need it. Also in here, some more traditional adjustable wrench, and I keep a flashlight in here. I keep a very cheap pocket knife in here. I have a power brick just in case I need that. A bunch of cables just in case those are needed. On this other side, I have a more wide mouth adjustable wrench. I keep a pair of needle nose pliers. Of course, we have like the vice grips. I think those are actually the vice grip brand vice grips. And then I keep a Leatherman P4 in here. So this is just like my impromptu tool gear set. I'm going to someone's house. More than likely, they're going to ask me to do some crazy task. Then I can quickly just grab this, open my bag up. Once again, this entire gear set has the Velcro on it. I normally will put this on the inside of my bag if I'm going over, because I don't want it to grow legs, because although it's my little portable tool set, I don't want it to grow legs and somebody make off with it. And the very back of this is, I keep some convenience wipes because, you know, if I'm going to be doing some quick work at someone's house, it would be nice to have the option to wipe my hands down. And just, you know, a point of protection, just in case someone was trying to surprise me. I do keep a dagger in the very back of the set as well. So this is actually set up to carry 5.56 or 7.62 magazines in here, whatever you saw fit. But I don't have any of that set up for this. But if I were to go hunting, I would slip some of those in here. So now I can just bring those with me. So this is a nice little gear set to have. It also has a pocket in the very front. I usually just tend to keep a Right in the Rain notepad, and as well as a Right in the Rain pen. So redundancy. This is it, man. This is my outdoor hunting, one wheel, going to the park. This is my setup for that. Now, it may seem weird and redundant to have two different EDC bags, but it works for me because this EDC bag is a little bit more gray, man. It's a little bit more muted, but it still has those tactical features I like. It has the water pouch. I can't get over that, how much I like that. This whole area up here, take that morale patch off. I can take any of these gear sets from 511 and stick them up here and use them as my gear set for this bag. Now, that's convenient. I like the fact that I can take this, throw that gear set on there. It's not even, not even purchased for this bag. And I can still zip this up, and I can have, a med kit just quickly thrown into this Vertex bag. So this is my solution for having two different brands of bags work together. If this is your first time here, man, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, man. We would love to have you join the battalion. Just come on down, join the battalion. For those of you that have been here before, welcome back. Thank you for coming back again. If this is your first time, thank you, welcome. I appreciate you stopping by. Hey, listen, if you like stuff like this, man, click right here, man. I'm gonna put some more videos up there. You can check those out. Maybe find some more gear that will be useful for you. For everybody else, we'll speak soon.